throat made this awful broken sound, like he was choking on it. I had never seen him look like that. But his tears can't bring my boy back. Gavin held the phone so tight his knuckles went white. His voice was wrecked.
It's all my fault. I failed Nate. I'm not a good dad. But please, don't blame Lauren and Liam. They didn't do anything wrong.
I grabbed the water glass by my bed and threw it straight at him. It hit his forehead. I was shaking so badly I could barely breathe.
You want to protect the ones you love? Then you better see if you're man enough to pull it off. Get out!
I was done. Done talking. Done explaining. He didn't deserve to be Nate's father. The room got loud enough that people came running. My brother came in with Wes and a couple of nurses. They pushed Gavin out. I had just gotten out of ICU. My body was wrecked, but my head was clear. My brother had barely been to the office for 2 weeks. Work was piling up. He told me to rest, left Wes with me, and rushed back downtown. Wes is his best friend. A smartass who never seemed to grow up. Then he became a lawyer. Shocked all of us. Now he was handling my divorce. He dropped into the chair by my bed, grabbed an apple off the tray, took a bite, and looked at me.
Tell me how far you want to take this.
Every dollar Gavin spent on Lauren and her son while he was married to me, I want it traced and clawed back. He used all of his income on them, and he used 200 grand of mine. I want the money back. And the divorce. Done. Now. And file a complaint with his department. He broke rescue protocol. He delayed help to our room. That delay, it killed Nate, and it left me burned half to hell.
I was dizzy from the fight, but my mind was sharp as a blade. This wasn't about the money. I wanted Gavin and Lauren to feel my pain. And his team? They deserved to know the truth. That his negligence cost a life. That this was the kind of man he really was. Wes didn't waste time. He said he'd start on the financial claim and the filing that day. That night, Gavin came back. Bandage wrapped around his forehead. Thermos in one hand.
Sorry I'm late. Got caught up at work. I made some food for you. Easy on your stomach, but still good for you.
He opened the lids one by one. Soup, rice, soft vegetables. Gavin got 10 vacation days a year. 9 went to Lauren and her son. The last half? He saved it for them too. I looked at the food. It actually looked good. For 1 second, I just stared at it. Then I shoved the tray. Everything hit the floor. Food, broth, containers. All of it. I looked at him and felt sick.
You bring over all this food here for what? So I drop the claim? So you can keep sending money to your side spit?
Gavin stared at the food on the floor. His face went hard.
Claire, can you quit talking like that? Nothing ever happened between me and Lauren. That money was just a loan.
His voice sharpened fast.
I don't get why you hate her so much.
I had heard that speech so many times it made me choke. A cough tore out of me before I could stop it. Gavin froze. The anger dropped right out of his face. He came over and reached for my back, trying to steady my breathing. Before Lauren came back into his life, people thought we were the perfect couple. So sometimes I caught myself wondering, how did we end up here? Gavin let out a slow breath.
You're weak right now. Can we not fight?
When he spoke again, his voice was softer.
You're a mom. You get how tough this is for Lauren, right?
I just stared at him. He kept going.
She lost her job. If I make her pay that money back now, what does that make me? Try putting yourself in her shoes.
That was the moment I knew there was nothing left to say. I was too tired to argue.
Get out.
My voice was flat.
If you don't want to leave here with more injuries, get out now.
He frowned, acting like I was crazy. Then his phone rang. Lauren. Of course. He picked up, and I heard enough to know what it was. Liam kept calling for him. Just like that, he was done fighting with me.
Claire, you're upset right now. Calm down, we'll talk later.
That was always his move. Whenever I got angry over Lauren, he never fixed it. He'd blame me for getting upset, then leave me alone with the damage. He probably thought this would go the way it always had. That eventually I'd stop pushing. Move on. What he still didn't understand was this. The second Nate died, whatever was left between us died too. That same evening, I completed the procedures for transferring to another hospital. I wasn't going to stay there another day and let him and Lauren keep circling my room like vultures. The next morning, Gavin couldn't reach me, so he started asking our mutual friends to check on me.
Hey Claire, you just got out of the hospital, where are you?
Gavin's been freaking out about you.
Ask Gavin this. If he was so worried about me, why did he pick a fight the day I left ICU just to defend his ex? And ask him this too. If he was so worried, why did he spend less than 10 minutes in my room before running back to Lauren?
One of them called and said, I hung up. Then I went into the group chat we all shared, friends, coworkers, the whole fake little group, and tagged both Gavin and Lauren.
Stop pretending everything's fine. Stop asking me to help you two play this game. Do you really think no one sees it? Gavin, just admit it. You're still in love with your ex. At least be honest about it instead of this crap. And ladies,
I typed. The group chat went dead. No one replied. Silence in public. Chaos in private. A little later, Gavin texted me from a new number. You can hate me all you want. You can take it out on me. Leave Lauren and Liam out of this. They didn't do anything. How many times do I have to tell you? Didn't do anything? Ridiculous. I used to keep quiet. Out of pride. Out of mercy. But now my son was gone. All my mercy was buried with him. I called Gavin right away. When he answered, I didn't wait.
don't worry. You're on the list too.
Do you really have to do this?
No doubt.
Yes.
No pause.
You're acting so crazy, I don't even know you anymore.
He said something that almost made me laugh again. I closed my eyes.
Funny. I guess I never knew you at all.
If I had known what he really was, how weak, how blind, how messed up inside, I never would have married him. Nate wouldn't have been compared to Liam. He wouldn't have been called too sensitive, too clingy, not enough. He wouldn't have had to shrink himself for a father who always chose someone else. And maybe, he wouldn't have died still hoping that man would change. Wes moved fast. The money case came through first. The court ordered Lauren to pay me back $1.85 million. Wes warned me. He said the divorce wouldn't be easy. I didn't have hard proof Gavin had physically cheated. Without that, the court said the marriage was not legally beyond repair. So they denied the divorce. Gavin was furious that I forced Lauren to pay. He tried to borrow money and cover it for her himself. I shut that down immediately. I had Wes pass the message straight to him. Gavin, want to raise your mistress and her kid? Fine. Once we're divorced, do whatever you want. But every dollar you spent on her, that's my money. So get it back. Now. I thought he'd agree. I thought there was no way he'd let Lauren suffer if he could stop it. But I was wrong. Gavin asked to meet. I said no. Wes came back later and told me.
He won't sign. He says the marriage is fine. He says you're overreacting. He says you don't get him.
I almost laughed. I realized I never really knew Gavin. For years, he gave everything to Lauren and Liam. His time, his care, his patience. And me? Shorter, colder, meaner. Some days, he treated strangers better than his own wife. I couldn't figure it out. Why drag this out? Why hold on? Then I stopped trying. I was done playing nice. He wanted to drag this out? I'd make him beg for the divorce. The complaint letter was already in. The review was moving. A few days later, someone from internal review called. I said yes. They showed up in a group. Too many suits. Too many fake smiles. They even brought health supplements. Like that would fix any of this. What I didn't expect. Gavin walked in with them. One of the senior men gave me a grave little smile.
Gavin has already explained the situation. He knows he made a serious mistake.
Then he turned to Gavin.
Go on. Apologize now.
Gavin looked thinner, dark circles, hollow cheeks, like grief had finally found his address. He stepped up to me. His voice was rough.
Claire, I'm sorry. I promise this will never happen again.
I stared at him. My hands were clenched so tight it hurt.
And what good is that now? Nate is dead. Does saying sorry bring him back? You didn't even show up to your own son's funeral. What kind of man does that? What kind man you bout?
Gavin swallowed hard. For once, he didn't look calm. He wasn't steady. He looked scared.
I failed Nate. I know that. But Liam had a cardiac episode that day. He doesn't have a dad. Lauren didn't know what to do. I couldn't just leave.
I cut him off so fast he flinched.
Was she the only person in the world? She's 35, Gavin, not a kid you have to babysit. If you didn't want to come, just say so.
I looked around the room, the suits, the fake smiles, the men hoping I'd make this easy.
You all came here to talk me out of this, didn't you? You really think that sounds okay?
Nobody answered, because nobody could. Once I got so caught up in all this, I even ran paternity tests. More than once. Gavin and Liam, never father and son. Then it hit me. Love someone, you take everything with them. That was Gavin. He loved Lauren so much, he treated her kid like a saint too. The room went stiff. Everybody looked embarrassed. Finally, one of the leaders cleared his throat and tried again.
Claire, you gotta think this through. Gavin's one of our top guys. People are already talking promotions. He's got a huge future ahead. And if you push this, you could ruin it for him.
You still think you deserve to wear that uniform? When you ran off with your girlfriend and grabbed Liam? Liam, did you know my son was a door away? Crying for you? Saying, "Daddy, it hurts," over and over? If anyone else had been on that call, he'd still be alive. You're the only one who let this happen.
Gavin went white. He opened his mouth. Nothing came out. Then he turned and walked out. Ran, almost. I looked past the window. The sky was dark and heavy, storm-colored, like rain was coming. The next day, the department called. Their decision was in. Major disciplinary mark. Demotion. Removed from command. By then, my body had started to heal. Enough that I could go see Nate. It had only been a month since he died. 1 month. But it felt like years. Time had gotten strange after him. At night, I still woke up from dreams of him crying. Once I was up, I couldn't go back to sleep. Every minute dragged. I brought flowers to the cemetery. When I got there, I saw I wasn't alone. Gavin was already there. Flowers lined Nate's grave. A superhero figure. A little cake. Candy. Snacks. I kicked them all aside.
Claire, whatever your problem with me, take it out on me. Don't do this here. He was my son too.
No. That's not what Liam likes.
I pulled out Legos, a Rubik's Cube, and Nate's favorite spicy snacks.
Nate hated sweets. He didn't care about superheroes.
I'm sorry. I thought all boys liked this stuff.
If you don't care, don't fake it. Doesn't this embarrass you?
He could remember Liam, not Nate. Not one favorite toy or snack. Indifference.
I just wanted more time with him. I was busy. I didn't get enough time.
But Nate said he wanted a different dad next life.
Gavin staggered, kneeled. He whispered. It felt empty, fake, too late.
If you really feel sorry, honor his wish. Stop showing up in front of him.
His phone rang. Lauren. He answered, face changing instantly.
Claire, Lauren and Liam are innocent. Blame me, not them. You're a mother too. How can you be this cruel? You wouldn't even leave them the house? Don't worry, I'm coming.
Lauren knew Gavin had her back. Even with cash in hand, she refused to pay. I had Wes file for court enforcement. The property under Lauren and Liam's name was put up for forced sale. This morning, they were evicted. Gavin kept hovering, trying to calm her down, anxious and tense. I knew the truth. He wasn't sorry. Later, I remembered how he once risked his life to save me. He said that's the job. I asked if he was scared. Maybe it's how I grew up. His father, a firefighter, died when Gavin was 7. His mother, sick, died when he was 15. Crew and friends kept him alive. He grew up giving, helping, optimistic. That was the part one loved most. And the part one came to hate. Every time Lauren called, he answered. Always softer, faster, more completely than me. I stayed calm at first, then uneasy, then furious. He never got it.
You've never complained when I helped other people, so why are you obsessing over Lauren and Liam? I've never crossed a line with them. Stop making this about jealousy.
Then I came back from the memory, empty. I stayed with Nate for over an hour, then left. Not sure if it was just my luck today, or some cosmic joke. Later, outside downtown, I saw them again. Lauren on the roof ledge, Liam in her arms. Police, firefighters, Gavin trying to calm her. A crowd had gathered, cameras flashing. She saw me. Screamed.
Claire! Will you only stop when me and my son are dead?
My phone rang, blocked number. Gavin borrowed someone else's phone.
Stop.
Don't push her. Whatever you need to say, not her.
Say it to me.
I gripped the phone.
Enough.
Then I looked at Lauren on the ledge.
At the hotel, she knew I was next door. So did Liam. When you to doing sakes there? But they's never was stunning. They knew we were there. But they never told you.
Gavin froze, just for a second. Then he said, too fast, too panicked.
That's not possible. Lauren would never do that. She has a good heart.
Of course, men like him only believe what they want to. I hung up and shouted at Lauren on the ledge.
You want to jump? Then jump. Can't do it with your kid? Fine, go by yourself.
Cops and firefighters rushed toward me immediately, hands raised, voices loud, trying to stop me. The crowd stared. I laughed. A megaphone appeared. Wes. He raised an eyebrow.
Use this. Save your voice. Your brother made me promise I'd keep you in one piece.
I took it.
She's not jumping!
She wasn't leaning, shaking, or letting go. Wes muttered about my height, then brought a chair. I stepped up, lifted the megaphone higher.
Since we're all watching, here's the truth. That woman up there, my husband's side swash. The guy behind her, my husband. My husband gave her 1.85 millions during our marriage. I sued. She refused to pay. So the court moved to sell her house. She doesn't want to pay, doesn't want to lose the house. Today, she pulled this stunt, hoping you'd pressure me into backing down. Still recovering from major burns. My son is dead. And now I'm supposed to be the cruel one because I won't let my husband's mistress bully me in public? If you still think I'm the villain here, fine.
The crowd erupted, voices from all directions.
Shameless!
Arrest her! The wife is the real victim.
That's outrageous!
Wes steadied me and drove me home. By nightfall, the story was everywhere. Lauren had made too much noise. Reporters dug into the fire. Fire captain altered rescue order to save ex-girlfriend and her child first. Delay allegedly led to death of 5-year-old son and severe burns to wife. Dead child identified as captain's son, wife and child in room next to ex-girlfriend. Gavin and Lauren were dragged online. Lauren couldn't rent anywhere. Gavin's career took a hit. If he failed his own child, what could people trust him with? Gavin tried to contact me repeatedly. No luck. Finally, he hired a lawyer. He wanted a divorce. Wes handled the back and forth.
He says Lauren panicked and forgot you and Nate were next door. He thinks you misjudged her. He's disappointed in you and wants a divorce.
I looked at Wes, tired, done. I didn't care to untangle excuses anymore.
Come with me. I want the divorce done face to face. Today. At my house.
After Nate died, I couldn't go home. His shoes, his cups, his half-built toys everywhere. I couldn't live under the same roof as Gavin, but now the house was mine. Every memory of Nate stayed. Gavin would take only himself out. We arrived. Opposing counsel called. House not ideal. Move to coffee shop. Fine. I just wanted it done. Since I was already there, I wanted Nate's favorite Lego set. I keyed the door. Wrong code. Again. Wrong. Then a voice.
Who is it?
My blood ran cold. The door opened. Lauren. Lauren was in my house, wearing pajamas. Liam was right behind her, dressed like he lived there too. One look past the door and I knew. The furniture had been moved. The decor was different. Their things were everywhere. They had settled in, but this was my house. My house with Gavin. We weren't even divorced yet. How the hell did he let another woman move in here with her kid? My blood went hot so fast my vision blurred. Lauren saw me and panicked. She tried to slam the door. Wes gave an annoyed click of his tongue and kicked the door back open.
You can't go in there. Out of my way.
I shoved her aside and went in. Then I saw the bedroom. Clean. Reset. Different. There was nothing left of Nate. My mind went blank. I turned and grabbed Lauren by the shirt.
Where are Nate's clothes? His shoes, his toys, his pictures, where are they?
I was 1 second from falling apart. Lauren wouldn't look at me, but Liam answered for her.
Mom said keeping dead people's stuff is creepy, so she threw it out.
I screamed and grabbed a fistful of Lauren's hair. Then I hit her. Once. Twice. Over and over. She fell. I went down with her and kept swinging. I wanted to tear her apart. My son was already dead. Wasn't that enough? Why did she have to erase every trace of him too? Gavin kept saying Lauren and Liam were innocent. Then what about Nate? What about me?
Claire, what the hell are you doing?
He tried to yank me off her. Wes stepped in front of him.
Let's not do that. Breaking up a fight between women? Bad look for you.
Wes looked lean, but he could fight. He'd competed at the national level. Gavin couldn't get past him, so he did what men like him always do when they lose control. He called the cops.
Lauren didn't do anything to deserve that. She let the last time slide, and now you're attacking her again? I know you're hurting, Claire, but that doesn't give you the right to go after her.
I have never met a lower man than you.
My brother had already handled it. He hired a crew to dig through the landfill for Nate's things. Wes and I drove out there fast.
You're still recovering, Claire. Go home. Get off your feet. I'll find everything. I swear to God I will.
I didn't even spare him a glance. Wes handed me a pair of work gloves. I pulled them on and climbed into the mountain of trash. If Nate had anything left in this world, I was the one taking it home. Gavin just stood there, useless, looking like a man who'd shown up too late and knew it.
What exactly are we looking for?
That almost broke me, because there was a time he knew every single thing that mattered. When Nate was born, before Lauren came back, Gavin showed up. For those first 3 years, he was all in. He changed diapers, made baby food, sat on the floor for hours building block towers that always ended in laughter. When he wasn't on shift, he was all about Nate. People used to tell me I was the lucky one. They said I'd married the best man in the world. And Nate? Nate adored him. Then Lauren came back. After that, Gavin was never really home. He was either at the station or at her place. If you asked him about Liam, how tall he was, what snacks he liked, what size shoes he wore, he'd talk for days. But ask him where Nate went to preschool? Silence. Ask him which toy Nate couldn't sleep without. Blank. It was over 100 out. The stink from the landfill hit like a wall. I kept digging. I didn't say a word. At one point, Gavin had to ask the crew what Nate's things even looked like. They had to show him pictures. That told me everything. He wasn't there for my son. He was there to quiet his own guilt. By early afternoon, the heat took him down. He collapsed right there in the middle of the trash. EMS had to take him out. Later, after they got him stable, he came back. Still pale, still shaky, still digging.
Claire, Lauren wants to make a deal. She'll pay for all of it. She just doesn't want criminal exposure.
Tell her this. If she wants mercy, she can start by saying my son's name in public.
She can stand in front of every camera she's been dodging and admit what she did.
She can do it at his memorial, and she can stay there until every last thing that belonged to him is found. If she agrees, I won't do anything to keep this in the headlines. Her lawyer can take the rest up with the DA.
Lauren crossed a line this time. What she did was wrong. But she didn't mean...
You can stand right beside them. You go with them, or she goes to jail.
As for Nate's things, I didn't need Gavin. He'd already missed the last 2 years of my son's life. And now Nate didn't need him anymore either. I shoved past him and kept digging. For the next 2 days, Wes kept me updated. I meant every word I said. If they did what I told them to do, they were staying there, day and night. Whether their bodies could take it? Not my problem. It wasn't even a fraction of what my boy went through. It took 2 full days to find everything. When the last box was finally pulled out, my knees nearly buckled. I held it in my arms, filthy, stinking, covered in ash and rot. I cried so hard I could barely see.
Come on. Let's go home. Nate would hate seeing you like this.
When I got back